Hey everybody, what's going on and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a video review on the 38 class of my 3801. So let's get into the review. Roll the intro. Nicknamed the Pacifics, the 38 class was built for the New South Wales Government Railways to run express services. The class had a 462 wheel arrangement, and some of the class would receive the streamlining treatment just like 3801. The Newcastle Flyer was an express service which ran from 1929 to 1988, connecting New South Wales' two largest cities, Sydney and Newcastle. And 3801 has survived into preservation and is now Australia's most famous and most recognisable steam locomotive, and being run by Transport Heritage New South Wales. So this is the box you would have got when you bought your 38 class. Pretty standard box. You can see the locomotive behind the clear packaging. So let's open it up. There goes the manual. And yep, you've got your standard foam insert here and just a plastic cover to cover it up. This is your operating and maintenance instructions. Just your generic instructions and diagram on the back as well, talking about the body removal and lubricating your model. The box itself here says the class of the locomotive, so a C38 class 462 Pacific Express passenger locomotive, and here it says it's the Newcastle Flyer Streamliner, as we have the Newcastle Flyer headboard on this particular model. On this side it also says 3801 A Legend of Steam, and on the back you've just got some information about the 38 class, a diagram of the model as well, and here's also the type of model that you have bought as well. This is the HO scale 3801 out of the box, and it looks fantastic on the layout. The green really stands out. I don't think it's the identical same color as the 3801 that it is now preserved after the recent restoration, but I believe this was a previous color used on the locomotive. There's a plastic collar in the tender, and actually the wheels are fixed bogies so they do not rotate, which might cause problems on sharp curves, but on my old layout it actually ran through radius 2 with no problems at all, so it wasn't an issue for me. There is no working headlamp from factory on this locomotive. The model does have some separately applied parts. It has knuckle style couplers on the rear but not the front. It has a double position drawbar for close tender coupling. It does have a detailed cabin interior, including a floating footplate. And this model came with the Newcastle Flyer headboard. It's also DCC ready with an 8-pin socket out of the box, and I've actually had this one sound converted with a few extra features fitted as well, which I'm going to run you through now. There is no headlamp on this locomotive out of the box, which is a rather big shame, as that is one of the key highlights and features of this locomotive in real life and would have been great to have from factory on the model. So as you can see on my 3801, we have a working headlamp and it looks fantastic. This and two other modifications that I had done to this 3801, which were all done at Trainworld in Brighton. We got the headlamp fitted, we've got pickups in the tenders as only the driving wheels have pickups, and we also got a custom whistle added to the loco, a more realistic one to the real 3801. I'm super happy with how this has turned out, and because of these changes, this has now become one of my favorite locomotives in my fleet. So head into Transport at Brighton or give them a ring and see what you can do about doing some of these things to your locomotives. But anyway, let's take a listen to the 3801 sounds. really like the 3801 from Australian Model Railways. I think it's a great model, especially with that $300 price point. You are looking at a bargain for an Australian locomotive. As we all know, here in Australia, we're paying on average about $500 to the $800, $900 mark for an Australian locomotive. And being $300 just for DC, it's definitely worth it. We don't have this cheaper type of range of locomotives. So I really appreciate Australian railway models for producing the 38s like this. And they do have the other K out as well from the New South Wales fleet. Maybe one day we'll see some Victorian locos from them and we'll have the $300 price mark. I think that would be something to look forward to. With the 38, I think the only downside that I could say about this model is that I think the low speed is a bit too choppy at times, and I think that just needs to be smoothened out a little bit. Maybe I'll try and figure out a way to lubricate the gears a little bit more, or something to get that motor really smooth at low speed. Just a small little thing like the paint. I wish that the whistle wasn't just painted in green over. I wish it was painted in gold or something, just to give a little bit of extra detail for that. And yes, this locomotive doesn't come with the headlight as standard, as we've said. That is a big disappointment when you buy a locomotive that is known for that front middle headlight. The fact that you do have to go out there and then get that done. I feel like that should just be a standard with this type of locomotive, especially a locomotive that's well known for having that light in the middle of the front of the boiler there. So that's pretty much the only downside I can say about a $300 loco. You're looking at a really good deal here, and it's a great model. It runs great around the layout. And if you do want any of these custom features that I have on my 38, then please go to Training World in Brighton, give them a ring, and speak to one of the guys there and talk about your custom headlights, your sounds, and tender modifications. Just give them a call, just walk in there, have a chat. Everybody there is really friendly, so I would highly recommend getting down there, having a chat, and seeing what you can do to your model trains. And maybe pick up a few while you're there as well. Anyway, that was my 38 class review. The next one will be from Victoria, don't you worry. But anyways, if you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe, and comment below. Please check out my other videos exploring abandoned railways or riding heritage trains. We've done plenty on the channel so far. They'll be in the description below at Instagram or Facebook or TikTok as well at Victorian Steam or Victorian_Steam if you're on TikTok and Instagram. Anyway guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Take care and peace.